Today's lecture is going to be on Acharya today, Acharya Bhakti, and as this is going to go into two parts. The first part is about Anandarva, and the second part is about Mudaliyanda. So effectively there are two primary devotees or followers of Ramanuja who has really shown what is the meaning of bhakti to Acharya, and that's what we'll be covering today. And to do that, we've got none other than Sampath Swami, Sampath Madhur Kavidasan. He is going to explain why his surname is Madhur Kavidasan as well. And we have got the best possible speaker on this topic, purely because Sampath Swamiji is on the lineage of Anandarva. So I'll leave it to him and begin.
कृत्रिमत्व चरणारविंद प्रेम प्रकाश आत्मवंतम पितामहं नाथमनं मुनिं विलोक्य प्रसीदं कीर्तनतिद्वत्वा नमोऽस्त्यातुदात् कृष्ण ज्ञान वैराग्यराशये नाथाय मुने अगाध भगवत भक्ति सिंधवे नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः श्री पराशर भट्टार्य श्री रंगेश पुरोहित श्रीवत्सांकृत श्रीमान श्रेयसे मेस्तु भूयसे श्रीवत्सचिन्ह मिश्रेभ्य नमोक्तिमती महीरुत्रैत्रयी कंठे यान्ति मंगलसूत्रताम् अग्रम यदि दृश्याणाम् आद्यं वेदान्तवेदीनां श्रीमद्गुरुकुलाधीशं श्रीवत्साङ्कमुपास्महे लोकाचार्याय गुरुवे कृष्णपादसूनवे संसारभोविन्दष्टजीवजीवातवे नमः श्रीशैलेशदयापात्रं दीपक्त्यादिगुणार्णवं यतीन्द्रप्रवणं वन्दे रमजामातरं मुनिं लक्ष्मीनाथसमारम्भां नाथयामुनमध्यमां अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां यो नित्यमच्युतपदां भजेत्मरुक्मव्यामोहतस्तरितराणि त्रिनामेने अस्मद्गुरो भगवतोऽसिदैकसिन्धो रामानुजचरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये माता पिता युवतस्तनाय भूति सर्वं यतेन नियमेन मदन्मायानाम् आद्यस्य कुलपतेः कुलाभिरामं श्रीमद्दण्डविग्रहं प्रणमामि मूर्धा भूतं सहस्रमाता प्रवर्तनाथ श्रीभक्तिसारकुलशेखरयोगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्ग्रेण परकारयतीन्द्रनिष्ठां श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम् ॐ भगवन् नारायणमतानस्वरूपरूपगुणवैश्वर्यशीलालयनतिकासिन्तेय कल्याणगुणगणां पद्मनालयां भगवतीं श्रियं देवीं नित्यानपायिनीं नीरवद्यां देवदेवतिर्मेषीं अखिल जगन्मातरमस्मन्मातरमशरणशरण्यशरणं प्रपद्ये मेषे चित्तासमुद्भूतं यतिनाथपदाश्रितं श्रीवेङ्कटेशभक्तमनन्तारिमं भजे त्रिविडागमभोक्तारमनन्तारि पुरोद्भवं श्रीनिवासायतनयं रङ्गनाथमं भजे वेङ्कटासनस्थानं ब्रह्माण्डे नास्ति किञ्चन वेङ्कटेशमो देवो न भूतो न भविष्यति. Jai Shri Narayana to all of you. Today the topic is, the second topic is Acharya Bhakti. Basically again we'll talk regarding mainly regarding Anandarva and Mudaliyanda, and also I would touch upon Mudaliyanda's son who was Kandarayanda, and today as being it is Manamana Muni's Tirunakshatra, I would also talk briefly upon Swami Manamana Muni as well as to how he has contributed to Sri Vaishnavism and how he was the avatar of Adishesha. And after Ramanuja was supposed to be here for 200 years, so Swami Ramanuja was only here for 120 years, and the rest 80 years was completed by Swami Manamana Muni. So first I would touch upon the Tirunakshatra of Anandarva, the birth of Anandarva. He was also the Adishesha avatar like Swami Ramanuja. As Lord Narayana came as Narayana, so Adishesha came in the avatar of Swami Ramanuja to preach, and for Anandarva to practice what Swami Ramanuja preached. And he was born in Siriputtur near Mysore. So as Swami Ramanuja was born in Sriperumbudur in Tamil Nadu, he was born in Mysore. So, and he was born to a Sri Vaishnava Brahmin family. His father's name was Keshavacharya. And he was born in a very orthodox family, and he migrated to Tamil Nadu and surrendered upon Swami Ramanuja's feet to propagate Sri Vaishnavism and to do the Kainkariam. So it was Anandarva who was in a group of around 74 Sannyasamagurus of Ramanujacharya who took up the responsibility as ordained by the Acharya to go and do the Kainkariam in Tirumala. When Swami Ramanuja in that Goshti, Sri Vaishnava Goshti asked as to who has got the courage to do this Kainkariam, he he usually used to listen to a lot of pastors, Alvar pastors, and there was a need of someone going to Tirumala and doing the Kainkariam for Perumal, and no one was there. And this sort of a desire Swami Ramanuja had in his heart, so whoever could fulfill it. And Ananda Alvan stood up and said that Adiyan can do that, Adiyan can abide by your requirements and instructions. So then on he called Swami Ananda Alvan and told him that you are today An Pillai, you are the one who is a courageous person, because it is such a sort of a very difficult task to go there and do the Kainkariam, because it was a situation where there were a lot of poisonous creatures, snakes, and even plants as well. So it was not an easy task to take up on. So, and he was also very young and having a young family as well. So in spite of all that, because of the sheer love and reverence and faith for Swami Ramanuja, he said he would go and do it. So he went there and took up on the task of doing the Kainkariam day in and day out. That shows the first point in the Acharya Bhakti and love that Swami Anandalvan had for Swami Ramanuja. So, and for years on end, he was doing that with lot of endurance and with lot of love, not for the Lord, but for Ramanuja. So, for him, the point where when Adiyans in the lineage were coming in Anandalvan's Paramparai, when they say Madhurkavi Dasan, it is for Madhurkavi Alvar, one of Nammalvar's only Shishya and disciple. For Nammalvar is everything for him. In the same way, for Anandalvan, Ramanuja was everything for him. So not even the Lord. So whatever he said was the Vakyam. So when we say that there are different means of reaching Perumal, one is Karma Yogam, Jnana Yogam, Bhakti Yogam, and Prapatti. The fifth element is another very astounding thing to know. That is the Bhakti to the Acharya, the fifth one. There are four means. The fifth one is total surrender to the Acharya, knowing that he has got direct link to Perumal. So that is what his Anandalvan through and through showed in his life. So basically, once it so happened, there is an instance where when Swami Anandalvan was doing the Kainkariam, so he once was bitten by a snake, a very poisonous serpent. He had kept the garden's name as Ramanuja Nandavanam. So once that had happened, a lot of devotees around him started telling him and frightening him that this poison might finish him. So, and it is better for him to take the cure from the doctor. And also Perumal himself spoke to him and said that I can't lose you, and I want you to ensure that you got the right treatment for this. So Anandalvan goes on to say, are you talking about the snake that bit me, or this body which has got a lot of ahankaram and mamakaram? Would you call this as a snake? Or would you, I'll see which one is stronger. Whether the snake that has bit me is stronger, or this body which is not letting me to think about you all the time, whether this is stronger. Let us see. So if this body which is stronger is here, I will do the Kainkariam to you. And if that snake which has bitten me is stronger, I will do the Kainkariam to Perumal there in Sri Vaikuntham. Both doesn't make any difference to me. It doesn't matter to me. So either here doing Kainkariam to you through Ramanuja or being there, doesn't matter. Let us see what happens. So that sort of faith he had, even the poison that the snake had, it didn't affect him. So that showed that he said that this particular poison that is bit the body would never affect the soul. But ahankaram and mamakaram one person or one individual might have would always affect the soul, because that will be a stoppage. It will act as a barricade to know about Perumal and to surrender to Perumal. So is what his thinking was, and his concept was. So that is one particular pastime, and Perumal was very, very impressed about this. Perumal then got to know that how much of Acharya Bhakti he has, and what sort of dedication. Every time Perumal tested 2-3 instances, he tested him personally as to what would be the response from Anandalvan. So it has always been consistent. It has always been consistently showing the love for Ramanuja. So which really moved Perumal a lot. So this is one of the instances. And the next one was basically the command of the Lord versus the command of the Acharya, and why Swami Anandalvan is called as Madhurakavi Dasan is also added here. So basically, when Perumal, Anandavan was very engrossed in doing the garland worship for Perumal. So once it so happens that Perumal calls it to the Archakas, Perumal tells Anandavan to come to talk to him and to meet him. So Archakas come and meet Anandavan while he was doing the garlanding for Perumal. He says, I would not want to come now. I'm busy doing this. As the flowers are just ripened now, if I come, it will go dry, it will wither off, and it won't be very fresh for me to offer to Perumal. So I won't come. I'll first do the garland and then come. So Archakas went and said that to Perumal, and Perumal was very upset. How can he do that? He was very upset and angry. As usual, Anandavan, with all the garlanding was done, he entered the Santan Center room, and he saw Perumal being very upset and angry. So to that basically he puts the curtain down. Perumal puts the curtain down and says that I would not be able to talk to you because you have not obeyed my order. Even Brahma and Indra have not disobeyed my order, and you have done that. Today you have thwarted my command. So I might have to banish you and send you out of the hills. Perumal would argue with Anandavan. So Anandavan replied, I am here to render service to you, but it is just not for you, it is for my Acharya. You should be aware of that. It's not for you, it's for my Acharya, why I am here. So even you came like me only. A few years ago you have come just before me, and I have come only now. I understand that. But the very existence of me is because of Ramanuja, not because of you. So Mayavi Paramanandam Tyatva Vaikuntamatvam Swami Pushkarni Dire Ramaya Samavadute is the Lord with all the wonderful Kalyana Gunas and place left Vaikunta. That he left Vaikunta and he came here to rejoice with his consort Taya. So on the banks of Swami Pushkarni. This particular Vakyam, Shlokam, shows itself that you have descended on the hills from Sri Vaikuntham. So you are not a native of this hill. So he tells Perumal, and I am doing it for my Acharya, who is called as Udayavar, who is the possessor of both these worlds, the Nitya Bhumi, that the Sri Vaikuntham, and the Karma Bhumi that we are all staying. So when I am obeying his orders, there will be no reason for me to leave. So, and I would do as per his instructions, he goes on to say. And then, so basically that's when Perumal again realizes the real virtue and value that Swami Anandavan has for his Acharya Swami Ramanuja. And then his dedication, the Acharya Bhakti is known in this particular pastime as well. So, and the captivating love that he had for his Acharya and everything, that it is really the Perumal goes speechless to even say it across. So the Lord assures, and then the Lord assures Swami Anandavan that whoever has surrendered to Swami Ramanuja, the moksha lokam, it is just very obvious that they would get that. So that's what Perumal assures Swami Ramanuja. And he says specifically, just wanted to test you as to what level of Acharya Bhakti you have and what dedication and love you have. To ascertain that, I had to do this. So not with any other intention. He would make it clear to Swami Anandavan. And then after this episode, Anandavan's Shishyas increase, knowing about his famous pastimes. And also, then this is when the Anandavan really gets to know that because of the Acharya Bhakti and love that he has got, that is why everybody is following Ramanuja, and his own disciples are growing in numbers. So that's what he feels. And also here, the Madhurkavi Das and Tattva, we could see it here as well. So wherein, just as there is Kovil Udugu about the conduct of rituals in Srirangam temple, there is Tirumalai Udugu as well. The rituals conducted in Tirumalai temple was done by Anandavan. So as per Ramanuja's wish, the rituals as commanded by him always has been done from 1000 years time, which was instrumental. Anandavan was instrumental to get that done. So Ramanuja Divyakyam Vadaram Anvardaram that we say every day can be found here in this particular instance. and he also contributed in a way of saying that after Rapat the festival concludes, the verse starting with Karina Shuttam was recited, should be recited separately. He made it sure that it was mandatory recited in Tirumala temple, and Swami Ramanuja was always proud of the Madhurkavi Dasatvam of Anandavaram. He was always proud that he had this feeling within him. So for 10 days, right after Vaikuntha Ekadasi, the Lord was adored with Tiruvaimari. The next day, like Swami Madhurkavi Alvar, Swami Anandavaram recited Kaninu Shuttam before the Lord, and got the name Madhurkavi Dasan from Perumal. So it is noteworthy that Tirupati, the temple of Lord Govindaraj, there is single shrine for both Swami Madhurkavi Alvar and Swami Anandavaram, establishing the latest Madhurkavi Dasatvam. So that is with regards to
Prabhu, can I ask you one question? Did you say that at the end of 10th day, they chant Kaninu Chirtambu for 1 day, is it?
1 day, yes, yeah.
So after finishing the Rapathe, where the Tiruvaimari is chanted, finish all the 10 days and then finally this comes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So then another very interesting pastime is there. It is Tiruvengada Murayan's Taniyan glorification verse to Anandavaram and to Ramanuja, both. First, basically, it so happens that when Swami Ramanuja and all the Shiva Vaishnava devotees would, ascend upon the hills, when they were climbing up the hills, for some reason, Ramanujacharya feels a bit tired and hungry, and he, at the midpoint, he stays, and when he was just resting with with lot of Shiva Vaishnavas around him, a small boy comes to him, and the small boy talks to him, saying that I know that you are feeling a bit tired and hungry. I've got some prasadam for you. You can please consume it. So then Ramanujacharya feels that I'm not someone to have prasadam from everybody, just like that. I would like to know who you are. I am Madhurkavi Dasan. So that small boy tells him, Madhurkavi Dasan. How can I know that you are Madhurkavi Dasan? From nowhere you have come. So then he goes on to say, Anandavaram's Shishya, and he goes on to tell this verse of Taniyan of Anandavaram, Akilatma Gunavasam, Ajnana Tiniraranam, Ashratanam Susharanam, Vande Anantaya Deshikam. So he goes on to say that I bow to Acharya Anantavaram, who is the repository of knowledge, Achara, mercy and wisdom, the one who removes ignorance and is eminently suited for surrender by disciples. So then Ramanujacharya, to some extent, he sobers down. Still, there is no link to Ramanujacharya. He doesn't find that link to Ramanujacharya. Then he asks him, what is the Taniyan of his Acharya? So then Karma again, Ramanujacharya knows on the spot he is manufacturing Taniyans. So there should be something here. Still something fishy for him. So he said, where is Taniyan for his Acharya? Then that boy goes on to say, Srimad Ramanujacharya, Sri Paramboda Yogyam, Shatuta Mangam Sandhyaram, Anantarya Bhaje. I prostrate before Swami Anantavaram, who is equal to the lotus feet of Sri Ramanuja and who is worshipped by Sri Vaishnavas all over the world. So this is Taniyan, which completes the whole thing, and Ramanujacharya accepts that it is in fact his disciple who has come to offer the prasadam and to take care of him. So then he gives the Dadyodnam, that is the yogurt rice and mango. Swami Ramanuja has that mango pulp, and the seed he keeps it aside. Today, that particular seed that is called as, in midway, that is called as Embrumanar Vadi Embrumanar Sanidhi, means on the way that we go, we could see that in between. So even today, it was one particular descendant's family who was taking care of it. Now the Tirumalaji here is taking care of that very well. So there, the tree has grown so big. It's around 1,000-year tree now. So after having all the prasadam and everything, Pacharam, all of them go up the hills. And Swami Ramanuja talks to Swami Anandavaram, Ramba, I thank you for sending your disciple, so to take care of me and for all the Bhagavatas. Then Swami Anandavaram thinks, who did I send? I didn't send anybody. I don't know whom you are talking about. No, somebody came and spoke about you and your Taniyan and everything. So I was very happy, and he took care of us very well. I didn't send anybody, I don't have any disciple here to send, so I don't know who you're talking about. It is Karmal only, who was wanting to take care of you more than telling the Tanyans. He wanted to, he loves you so much of knowing that you are everything for him. So he was the one who was there to serve you. So that is what it is, one of the pastimes which shows the love Perumal had for both Anandalavan and Swami Ramanuja. So, and also another pastime was the consecration of Swami Ramanuja's Tirumeni idol in Tiruvendramudiyan in Tirumala. Again, Swami Anandalavan was responsible for that. When Swami Ramanuja was there, he ensured that he took the permission of Swami Ramanuja to install his deities in Tirumala. It is only one deity that is there in Tirumala, inside the temple, which is Perumal's and Swami Ramanuja's. So, as once Prakash Swami had cited it, if we observe closely, Swami Ramanuja's Tiruvadi comes to the level of Perumal's chest. Yes. At the same level. It is just outside the hundi, to the left of the Santan Centaurum. The Tiruvadi's level and this Perumal's chest comes to the same level. Perumal didn't want anybody inside the temple, but for Ramanuja. He didn't want any Alvars, Acharyas, nobody, but for him. So he was responsible for that. So once, when Swami Ramanuja was very sick and he was about to leave to Paramapadam, then Anandalavan will be very distorted and would be feeling very hopeless in life. So for him, all his life he had lived. So that 1 year, he doesn't do any conquering. He just doesn't go from the place, cursing Perumal literally that you are taking away Ramanuja from me. So then Perumal says, I can't go away without the Kainkariya that you are doing. I still want your Kainkariya here. What can I do for you? So then Swami Anandalavan reminds Perumal about the Kainkariya Swami Ramanuja did to him, as to how he propagated his name when there are a lot of disputes happening. So with regards to his existence, whether he was a Shiva or a Vishnu, so many things, he dispelled all that confusion from Ramanuja when he was there. And also he says as to the Shankha Chakram that he had lost, giving it away to Tondaman Chakravarti, how that was bestowed back to Perumal, all that he reminds Perumal. And in Shivashyam, he tells Perumal as Brahmani Srinivase, the start of Shivashyam itself, he talks about Tiruvendramudiyan. So after hearing all this, Perumal tells Anandalavan, what can I do for you? I can do anything. You tell me what I have to do for you. Then he recommends Ramanujanutandadi to be said every day, and Continental Tabu also to be said, like it was said in Srirangam, same way. So it will be ordained by Swami Anandalavan to do that, and Perumal readily agrees. So whatever you say, I'll readily agree. It was from then on, even that Ramanujanutandadi was, Perumal hears it on his own. Like Ranganatha Perumal in Srirangam, he hears it personally on his own, even today. So he does that, and his particular Tirumeni deity, this was the first deity that came before the deities came in Sriperumbudur, Melkote, and Srirangam. This was one of the first deities of Swami Ramanuja that came in Tirumala first, before these the other three places. So also the deity was consecrated as per the Vaikana Sagamas, and the shrine, as again said, it is on the left side of the Garbhagriha. So the services Anandalavan rendered by telling Perumal to recommend Ramanujanutandadi as Prapanna Gayatri, that ensured a permanent place for Swami Anandalavan in the history of Shiva Vaishnavism. So Swami Anandalavan himself composed the Ramanuja Chatusloki, total on Swami Ramanuja again. So the glory of the seven hills and the abiding love and regard Swami Anandalavan had for Ramanuja stuck to the Paduka Shatari. That is the only place where in Tirumala where Ramanuja Shatari is called Anandalavan's Shatari. So that is another thing which was very auspicious in this particular pastime. So even today, Perumal, Lord Venkatesha visits the garden and bestows honors on the Margari tree. So on Tiruvadi Puram day. So that is with regards to Swami Anandalavan. So Anandalavan's Tiruvadi Sharana. Now again would move on to Mudaliyandan. So Mudaliyandan was the avataram of Rama, and he was none other than Swami Ramanuja's sister son. So basically he was born in the year 1027, and he was basically had different names. Itiraja Paduka, Dasharati was the name given by his parents. Itiraja Paduka, Nam Vadula Deshikan, given by Sri Ranganatha Perumal himself, and Vaishnavi Shirobhusha, Andan, given by Swami Ramanuja. Tridandam, he was Ramanujacharya's Tridandam. Ramanujacharya, in mundane terms, if you have to say, he was Ramanujacharya's right hand. So, and left hand was Kurutharvan, Pavitram and Tridandam for Ramanujacharya. So both of them were very, very close. Sri Vaishnava Dasar, given by his Shishyas, was another name. So there is a wonderful Tanyan for Swami from Madhuryanna. Paduki Yatirajasya, Katayanta Yadakshaya, Tasya Dasharade Pado, Shisha Darayam Yam. So it says the meaning of this particular Tanyan is Yatiraja Paduka, is what he is known as. He is known as Yatiraja Paduka. Like Anandalvan, even he wanted the same feeling. He wanted the same sort of love for Ramanuja. He always felt that he was Ramanujacharya's feet. Hence we pay our respect for Dasharathi's lotus feet. So also another thing was Rama, as Ariyan said that Madhuryandan was Rama's avataram. So Rama was feeling it seems to come and serve Lakshmana. He always got served from Lakshmana in Rama avataram, and in Krishna avataram Balaram served Krishna. So Rama had this feeling. Balaram again came as Adishesha Lakshmana avataram. So he had this feeling that he couldn't serve Lakshmana as he loved to do. That is when he takes Madhuryandan's avataram to serve Ramanujacharya, who is Lakshmana himself. That is Adishesha himself. So that is a particular pastime there. And another beautiful Tanyan Puruthalvan composed on Swami Madhuryandan. Ajaha Bhagi Niyatvam Padukatvam Tridandam Sampraptam Yatirajasya Vande Dasharathi Guru. So the particular meaning of this Tanyan goes on to say that Ajahata Bhagi Yatvam, eldest of Swami Ramanuja's sister son, is Madhuryandan. One day when Ramanuja sacrificed everything at the time of sannyasam, he did not give up Dasharathi. One who is a sannyasi has to give up everything, anything material and anything that is bodily karmic sambandha. But Swami Ramanuja doesn't let him go. I can let go everything, but I do not want to let him go. He says, how can Lakshmana let Rama go? He would put it that way. I can't let Rama go. I would not let him go. So I can give everything but for him. So to this Swami Ramanuja replied that Dasharathi was an exception. As he leaves, Swami Madhuryandan means that he has left Rama. So he doesn't want to let him go. So because Swami Ramanuja knows that Madhuryandan is Rama's avataram himself and Namshan himself. So Padukatvam is the next term in the Tanyan. So that goes on to say that Swami Madhuryandan is called as Swami Ramanuja's lotus feet or Tiruvadi Nilai. So Srimad Narayana's Tiruvadi is Sri Sadagopal, that is Namalvar. And Swami Madhurikavya Alvar at all places except Alvar Tirunagari, where it is called as Swami Ramanuja's Tiruvadi. And Swami Ramanuja's Tiruvadi Nilai is Swami Madhuryandan at all places except at Tirumala, where it is Anandalvans. So Tridandam, when Tirukoshu Nambi, when Swami Ramanuja went to Tirukoshu Nambi for 18 times to know about, to get the Samashanam and to get the Shlokam, Tirumantantra and Charma Shlokam, to get the meanings. So basically, Rajasragantak with his Pavitram, that is the flag, and Tridandam, he took with him Swami Kurutharma and Swami Madhuryandan to Tirukoshu Nambi each time. So, seeing that they were his Pavitram and Tridandam. Swami Madhuryandan's impeccable service to Swami Ramanuja secured the status of Ramanuja's Paduka, that is his lotus feet. Tridandam and also the position of the administrator of the Srirangam temple. He was also taking care of the temple. He had a lot of capabilities when it comes to the administration of temples and other matters where Swami Ramanuja was wanting a hand on. So he was the best trustworthy person to do that. So in our Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam, Pontiffs GS carry the triple staff, Tridanda, made out of 3 wooden small sticks. This is to signify the 3 components of our philosophy, that is Chit, sentient, Achit, non-sentient, and Ishvara, Shiva Narayana. So it is mandatory for GS to carry the Tridandam always with them. So it is also said that Vishnu Rupa Tridandagyam, that is Tridandam is Vishnu's Rupam. As Andan is Mahavishnu's Amsham, it is said that Paki Enes Tridandasa. Thus it is appropriate that he is called Swami Ramanuja's triple staff, Tridandam. So that is one of the, that ends the Taniyam for Mudaliyanda by Swami Kurtalva. And Swami Mudaliyanda was a very close associate of Swami Ramanuja. So basically, as Vishwachinayar and Srina Mudaliyanda is chief of staff of army of Swami Lord Narayana, Dasharathy ruled Srirangam temple administration, as said earlier. So he was given the name Mudaliyanda by Swami Ramanuja himself, as he was one of the first Shishyas of Swami Ramanuja. So it is believed that Lord Rama was very impressed by Tiruvaranga Kainkaryam as Lakshmana to him. So that is why in Rama Avataram, as he couldn't fulfill his wish, he took Mudaliyanda's Avataram to assist Swami Ramanuja. So he began learning that his father, Dasharathy, became a pillar of support for Ramanuja. So, and also Swami Ramanuja at a later stage started depending on Swami Dasharathy a lot. While going to river Kaveri for his daily path, he used to lean on support on Swami Mudaliyanda. So they had quite a lot of pastimes in Tandanur and Belur in Karnataka. So when Swami Udayavar's, as per Udayavar's instructions, Swami Mudaliyanda went to Belur and in fact converted a lot of Jains who were into Shiva Vaishnavism. So basically, it so happened that there were a lot of people who were Jains, and Swami Ramanuja tried to explain Vishishta Advaita Tattvam to them, but they were for some reason they were refuting or not understanding properly, and it was all in vain. Then Swami Ramanuja instructed Swami Mudaliyanda to just step into the holy river that the villagers used to draw water from. So when that happened, the very next day, whoever had that water obviously had to have, they got that Sattva Gunam within them and they started automatically coming to Swami Ramanuja from the very next day, as soon as he stepped the water, because of Mudaliyanda stepping the water. So therefore, that Shripa Tirthan, where Swami Mudaliyanda touched his feet, so that is very, very important even today. Even today in that particular spot, whoever takes the Shripa Tirthan there gets the sattvic sort of mode of goodness quality in them the very moment they take that. So basically, when this happened, Swami Vadivarambi collected that particular water in his hands when Swami Ramanuja and Swami Andan were standing and told Swami Ramanuja, is it not that Swami Andan himself is your Paduka? Mudaliyananda himself is your Paduka, but you are taking that water and having that as Shripa Tirthan. Why? Adiyan is re-offering the Tirthan at your lotus feet. Then Swami Ramanuja said, oh, is this dual Saligramam? If so, let daily Tiruvaratnam be performed to Mudaliyanda's Shripa Tirthan at this very place. So even today, in that very place, as per Ramanujacharya's instructions, the daily Tiruvaratnam is done. So as a mark of respect and reverence to the Shripa Tirthan of Swami Mudaliyanda. And the Dati Panchakam, this is another very famous relevance to Swami Mudaliyanda. So when there were a lot of around 12,000 Jain Munis who were there in Bhaktanagar, that is in Tondanur, today's Tondanur. So there, everybody starts arguing and starts questioning Swami Ramanuja and his Vishishtadvaita philosophy. So that is where, to answer everyone at one shot, he pulls the curtain. Swami Ramanuja pulls the curtain. Mudaliyanda is sitting next to him. Then he comes up with his Adishesha Avataram, and 1,000 answers reverberate around all of them. So each question is coming from all angles, answers are going from all angles. Swami Ramanuja didn't want them to see him. He puts the curtain down, and that is when, seeing that, Madhuryandan comes up with Dati Panchakam, where one of the Taniyans or Dati Panchakam says that Et Chakre Bhakta Nagare Dati Panchaka Muttamam Ramanujarya Sach Artham Vande Dasharatin Guru. At Bhaktanagaram, who had rendered, the meaning of this is that Bhaktanagaram, who had rendered Dati Panchakam Shlokam, is none other than Swami Ramanuja's close disciple, Sri Dasharati. So that is one of the significances of that particular Shlokam and the pastime as well. Also, once there is a pastime where Swami Madhuryandan acts as a bridesmaid to Attulai, that is Periyanambi's, Ramanuja's Acharya's daughter. So basically, she used to go to the Kaveri river every day and to do the Kainkariam and everything. And she didn't have anybody to accompany her and to give a helping hand. So then she goes and asks Periyanambi, can you send somebody? She goes and asks Periyanambi, can you tell Swami Ramanuja to send somebody? Then he'll say, you only go and ask Swami Ramanuja. He'll send the right person who can accompany you and who can help you in this Kainkariam. Then Swami Ramanuja sees everyone, and then his sight goes to Madhuryandan. He would do it. Then Swami Madhuryandan goes there, although he is a very young disciple of him, who is very, very knowledgeable and he has got all opulence, still as per his Acharya's instructions, obeys and dedicated in a very nice way, very dedicated to do his Kainkariam. He does it day in and day out to Attulai, Periyanambi's daughter. Then Attulai's in-laws see this. So they would feel odd when Madhuryandan, who is so very revered and known scholar, he is coming out of the way to do this Kainkariam for their daughter, which is sort of apacharam. So then they go back to Periyanambi. Then he says, I didn't say that. It was Swami Ramanuja that said it. You have to go only back to him to stop him from doing this Kainkariam and getting back to his mutt. So then they go to Swami Ramanuja and tell him, you please withdraw Madhuryandan from this service. So we are feeling very odd. She requested Ramanuja to ask Madhuryandan to come back to his mutt. Swami Ramanuja then asked Madhuryandan to return to his mutt. From this incident, it is proved that wholesome devotion and obedience of Swami Madhuryandan to his Acharya. We could see that in this particular pastime. So then again we move on to Swami Gandharayana, Madhuryandan's son, as to how he has contributed to Shiva Vaishnavism and to Swami Ramanuja. In fact, Gandharayana is the Amsham of Shatrugna, who was born to Madhuryandan. So Gandharayana pleased Swami Ramanuja and sought his permission. Gandharayana had 3 acharyas, and basically the 3 acharyas were one of his acharya was his father, other one was Swami Ramanuja, and another one was Atkunda Valliji, were his 3 acharyas, and he was the one who is responsible for installing Swami Ramanuja's Tirumeni, the deity, in Sri Perumbudur. When Swami Ramanuja was in Srirangam, so when he was about to leave to Paramapadam, he was responsible for installing his deities in Shiviliputtur. So he put that idol replica of Swami Ramanuja at his birthplace to benefit all of them who were wanting to worship him. So as soon as Swami Ramanuja agreed and gave the directions to go in for to do that Kainkariam, he got hold of a sculptor and got that done. And Ramanuja, at an advanced age, when he was there in Srirangam, he was feeling that his body was deteriorating more and more. Then he realized and recalled that he had instructed Gandharayana to consecrate his deity in Shiviliputtur. That is why the energies from here were going there. So he was deteriorating in health. So that particular event of celebration is performed even now, and it is called as Guru Pushyotsavam for 3 days. It is held in the month of Thai on Pushyam day. Festival starts on Tiruvadarai and concludes on Pushyam for 3 days, even today. So with lot of respect and reverence, Andan carry out carried out the idol of Sri Parambhudur and installed it there on the day nominated by Swami Ramanuja. And while this was being done, as I said, he was going out of energy and survival. Here was the days were numbered, and then that's when Swami Ramanuja instructed Swami Kandari Andan to come to Srirangam to do the Antima Kainkaryam. He was given the responsibility of to do the Antima Kainkaryam for Swami Ramanuja as well, just before he was passing. Before he was leaving, he gave around 6 instructions. Swami Ramanuja gave around 6 instructions, and lot of responsibilities he gave. Everybody around him were crying and feeling despondent that he was leaving. Even then, every time he used to say, before me, Nathamunigal left, Aravandar left, everybody is leaving, everybody has to leave. We have come here for a purpose, we are here as a guest. So we'll stay here as a guest and leave as a guest. When we are here as a host, we are hosting a lot of problems for ourselves. We should leave, come as a guest or go as a guest. So he used to always say, so anything to do with this body is karmadinam. Anything to do with the soul is Ishwaradinam. Suffering, whatever is happening here is all temporary. Something that is permanent that we are meditating on would stay with us all the time and all the while. So that's what his sort of thinking, intrinsic sort of nature was. So that's what he told. He ends up telling Swami Kandari Andan as well, and he tells him. So he basically tells Kandari Andan the final rites, and also to install his idol at the place where his body was laid to final rest was also given to Kandari Andan. He also organized Ramanuja Mahotsam to be performed on Tiruvadarai day forever by succeeding generations. So he arranged that during the 30 days of Margari, Taligaya Mudam, Prasadam, Bogam to be offered to Periya Sannidhi, Ethyaja, Perumal, and also on the days of Tiruvamudi and Iyappa, along with Alvar, Swami Ramanujas will be carried to Sannidhi. So all these things, Kandari Andan was responsible in taking care of. He made the observance of Tirunakshatra as a 7-day event, and on the day of Tirunakshatra, Udayavar will be carried on hand by Archaka, and then Kandari Andan offered honors to Swami Ramanuja there. That is why even today in Srirangam, the Kandari Andan family, they are there that day. Wherever they are, they come that day. Even today, that is very much strictly followed. So that was with regards to Swami Kandari Andan. So as today is Swami Manavada Mamani's Tirunakshatra, so again we'll touch upon a few points on Swami Manavada Mamani as well, and his kind career to Swami Ramanuja and Shiva Vaishnavism as a whole. So as we all know that Swami Manavada Mamani was again Adishesha Avatara as well. So those who are at Shiva Vaishnavism, they know that he was here for around 80 years, and the very famous Taniyan that his Perumal, Ranganatha Perumal rendered to Swami Manavada Mamani was Shishya Daya Vatram Diyokyadana Armam Etindra Pravanam Mandira Maja Madharamani. So it says that I offer my respects to Swami Sri Manavada Mamani, the respectable of Sri Shaila's Tiruvamali Pullai's grace. Tiruvamali Pullai was Swami Manavada Mamani's Acharya. He is the abode of Jnana, Bhakti and all other good qualities, and is forever lost in meditation of Swami Ramanuja. So other names of Swami Manavada Mamani was Periyajiyar, Varavara Muni, Soumyaja Mata Muni, Soumya Payutra Muni, Sundar Muni, Yatindra Pravanar, Ramyaja Mata Muni. So these are the other names for Swami Manavada Mamani. So he was born in the year 1370 under the month Aipasi month. So basically he was also called as Adiga Manavada Perumal Nayanar, means he has a beautiful groom like Swami Lord Ranganatha at Srirangam. So the young Malavana had his basic education under his father and his maternal grandfather. He learned the Vedas, Vedanta, Divya Prabandham, everything under their shadows. And he entered Grihasthashram at the age of 16 years. He got married, and basically he was in Srirangam, then he moved to Alvar Nagari under the guidance of this Acharya, illustrious Acharya Swami Tiruvamali Pillai. So in a very short while, the young brilliant Manavana Mamuni could recite all the Shastras, Divya Prabandha, Nara, Divya, everything. He also developed sort of a very deep devotion towards his Acharya Tiruvamali Pillai and towards Swami Ramanuja. So a lot of love he had for both of them. So Swami Tiruvamali Pillai was instrumental in reviving the Acharya Tirimeni, idol of Swami Ramanuja at Alvar Tirunagari. So, and in building temple for Swami Ramanuja in Alvar Tirunagari. So appropriately he put the young Manavana in charge of the temple. So Manavana Mamuni's earnest devotion towards Swami Ramanuja made him write a beautiful composition called Yatirada Vimshati. If one cannot know about Ramanuja Nutandadi much, one can refer to this one. It is a concise version of Ramanuja Nutandadi. It epitomizes the very essence of the exalted Ramanuja Nutandadi meanings. It is a very nice sort of scripture to know and to read about. So the sincerity and commitment, devotion displayed by Manavana Mamuni, his Acharya gave him Yatindra Pravana as a title to Manavana Mamuni. So around 1430, so there was a discourse, around 1430 there was a discourse for 1 year full. And Perumal Ranganatha himself stopped all the other activities and was sitting next to Manavana Mamuni to listen to his discourse day in and day out for 1 continuous year. So that is when, as a small child, Perumal came in front of him, some Manavana Mamuni and gave this Taniyan, Vijaya Dayabhatram Taniyan, and basically blessed Manavana Mamuni as well. So that was basically with regards to Manavana Mamuni. And we always recite this particular portion at the end of the Kainkaryams that we do and the prayers that we do. Adiyargal Vada, Aranganagar Vada, Kadugopa Chandamanur Vada, Kadalchur Mananur Vada, Manavana Mamuni, Inimunuttandiram. So these 2 lines extols his contribution to continued existent prosperity of Shiva Vaishnavism through and through generations. So Adiyargal Vada, he wanted all the Adiyargal should be well, should be taken care of, should always be in the right spirits. Aranganagar Vada, Kadagopa Chandamanur Vada, Kadalchur Mananur Vada. Whoever touches this earth, touches this mud on this earth, should always be well, irrespective of the caste, creed, or whoever it might be. Everybody. That's why Shiva Vaishnavas always feel that everybody should Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu is what Shiva Vaishnavism says. Everybody should be well. Everybody is equal to God. Everybody is equal to Brahman is what Swami Ramanuja established. Consistently, all the acharyas in the same way, they used to feel the same feeling intrinsically, and whilst they were propagating and preaching as well, they had the same feeling. So, also again before finishing up, I would like to say a few take-home messages, as said by Swami Mudriyanda in Vartamalai. So again thought that I could put those points in there. So moksha is obtained by following the footsteps of Acharya. This is very, very important. So Madhuryananda said, by following footsteps of Acharya, moksha is obtained at the pleasure of the Acharya. So he went on to say, Purutharvam said, moksha is by the mercy of the pleased Acharya. Anda cited Periyar's verse by being without fault and by increasing